So you've been stuck in bronze, silver, and you've been trying to climb for quite a while now, and these past couple of seasons you seem to be stuck at the elo you are and you just can't seem to get out of it. Left and right you're blaming your team, the bad players, the bad picks, and just everything but yourself. These are 5 things that you should not do when trying to climb. Number 1, don't play for the meta. Don't sit there and go on op.gg and champion.gg and look at what the top champions are. Obviously, if you pick these champions and you become really skillful with them, it is going to increase your chance in climbing, but some numbers can be skewed by the region and the play rate. Instead, what you want to do is you want to find a champion that you really enjoy. It doesn't really matter at this elo, you can pretty much play any champion because the skill barrier is quite low. So you can pretty much play any champion that you really enjoy and you think that you are skilled at and climb as long as you're playing better than the people around your rank. I would definitely recommend, if you're going onto op.gg and looking at champions at the top of the win rates, if you are going to do that, I would definitely recommend that you pick a champion that you enjoy playing and you focus on that. Don't just look at the top and go, oh look, it's Darius this time, I'm going to start playing Darius. I'm a Darius main now because Darius is at the top of the win rates. If it worked like that, a lot of people wouldn't be the rank they are and everyone would be all over the place on the ladder system. Number 2. Don't try to solo carry because typically you won't be able to. A lot of times people always will say to lower elos, you need to be able to solo carry and pull yourself out of an elo. While this will work if you are a good player, typically in your elo, the reason you're there is because you aren't separated from the rest of the people there. You can be slightly better, but that doesn't mean you're going to solo carry 4 people and take yourself to the W. What I recommend doing is trying to play as a team and trying to look at the map and analyze who needs the help and when needs the help to try and bring your team to a position where you can 5-man carry. Trying to solo carry at this elo is really good, obviously, like I said, if you can do it, but typically you're not going to be able to at the elo you are in. Number 3, don't play support or AD carry. Now, obviously, if you are focusing on maining support or AD carry, then go for it. You're going to have some hard struggles along the way, and that's mainly because of communication issues and player style differences through the elos you go up in. I'm currently playing around gold and I still have the same issue of not being on the same page as my support. I'm an ADC main if you haven't guessed. So it is definitely a constant issue. I've slowly coming away from maining ADC because when you have a support that isn't on the same page, typically bot lane doesn't go the right way. Now, I'm not saying that don't play these roles because you're going to be shit at these roles, but the bot lane is one of those roles where obviously you have 2 people and the lower you are, people are going to be playing for themselves. People aren't going to play to know, I'm not going to sit there, let's say I'm a bronze player, I'm not going to sit there as a support and be thinking what my ADC is going to do next. I'm not going to be sat there playing around my ADC because I'm playing my own game. That's typically how it goes at low elo. There are exceptions, and if you think you're an exception, go for it. If you climb, you climb. If you don't, though, I do recommend you try a different role and put work into it. And maybe when you're in silver, try and go at it again. People say that bronze and silver are typically the same thing. I've been bronze, and I can tell you that bronze and silver are massively different in the players that you meet. There are exceptions to this case, of course. Some people do get out of bronze that really shouldn't have got out of bronze, and that's just the way it is. Number 4. Don't follow the shop's recommended build paths. Now, I'm not saying all the time you should just look at the shop and ignore everything the shop says. Far from it. But what I am saying is the shop, a lot of the time, has out-of-date build paths. Take Varus, for example. Varus' best build path right now, essentially the Rage Blade build is the way to go. Loads of people know what this build is. But the shop will tell you full crit Varus is still the way to go. While full crit Varus does work because of the way Rage Blade is right now and how Varus works, Rage Blade is the strongest build for him. And it will always give you the better damage over crit. Now, if the whole enemy team is pure squish, crit is going to be juicy. But typically, Rage Blade is the best because it gives you a balanced amount of damage. You do a lot of damage to people who are squishy anyway, and when someone a bit beefier comes along, you will do a lot of damage to them. What I would recommend doing here is actually go to op.gg, look at the champion you're playing, and look at the champion build paths. Now, op.gg does only show career plat. I think it's around platinum level. Now, a lot of people say, well, this is EU West, etc., etc., but Korean servers are massively above us in skill. That's just a fact. People can dispute it all they want, but Korea is way ahead of the pay grade when it comes to our average player. So taking Korea's builds is typically the best way to go about it. If you become good at playing with a certain build from Korea, you're going to be a step ahead of the people in the US. A lot of the time people follow these builds anyway because Korea is, as I say, a step ahead of us. So I would definitely use op.gg and look at the build paths, look at the rune paths, and just see what the best is win rate per pick rate. There are sometimes little things that kind of slip through. You'll see something that will have a high win rate with, a 0.2% pick rate, and that just tells you one guy had 2 good games, with that build. Maybe that is the right build, but you'll never know because the numbers to look at aren't high enough to kind of draw an example from. Now, number 5, in my opinion, the most important one to take away from this: Don't take the game too seriously. Now, while you want to climb and become a better player, which we all kind of want to do, you kind of do have to take the game in some level of seriousness. But if you take the game too seriously and you only focus about climbing and trying to win, and when you do lose, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to tilt, and then you're just going to tilt. Whenever something goes wrong, you're going to be, oh great, I'm not going to win this game, GG. The enemy team gets a Baron, you're thinking GG. You start to play worse, you start to tilt, you'll be in a bad mood. Try and enjoy the game, try and play stuff that you enjoy, and just try and have a more relaxed opinion on the game. Something goes wrong, just think, well, maybe we can do this to try and counter that, or, we haven't lost this yet, just keep on trying to play for that win. The moment you tilt is the moment everything starts to go wrong. There are exceptions to this, like everything in life. You can still win games. Your team can pull off some really nice play and you still win. But typically, when you're in a bad mood, you play worse. It's psychology. It's how it works. So if you're in a good mood, you're going to play better. You're going to be making better decisions because you're enthusiastic. You're upbeat. You want to win the game. So these are my top 5 things that you should not do when you're trying to climb Elo. Now, if anyone has anything else to take away from this, drop a comment down below and maybe we can try and bring a better breed of players from the low elo ranks and bring them up. But I hope this does help you, and I hope a lot of people climb from this video. So guys, make sure to drop a like on the video. If it helped you at all, comment down below with any more suggestions and subscribe for all my future videos. This has been Nodge. I hope you have a great day and peace.